Let's talk about what could be the reason why you're not getting that scholarship to study abroad. Hey guys, my name is Eugene and this is the homeland of international opportunities. Before we elaborate on 3 reasons why you might not be getting the scholarships you are applying to, I woke up with a very good news this morning as I read a comment from Sonia, who won the OSF scholarship to study a master's in artificial intelligence and data science in Psalm 13 in the United Kingdom. This will make it the second person I am aware of who is winning this scholarship. It is a scholarship you can win even if you have a second class lower. I will leave a link to that scholarship in the description box. Congratulations once again to Sonia. So come to think of it, what do you stand to gain if you apply to numerous scholarships and you do not get even a single scholarship for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're likely to give up, right? That is why I'm coming up in this video to give you some tips that will actually help you to win the scholarships, so that after watching this video, whenever you apply to a scholarship, you have a higher chance of winning that scholarship and you become very competitive. I believe this is definitely going to add value to your next scholarship application, so I'll urge you to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I want to say a very big thank you to those who are subscribed already. So you guys are really my G. So let's get into it without wasting time. Let's get right into the 3 reasons why you didn't win that scholarship. For these reasons, I assume that you meet the eligibility criteria to whatever scholarship that you are applying to. So we are not including not meeting the eligibility criteria. Once you meet the eligibility criteria, you have to apply. Scholarships are very competitive, and a lot of persons apply to these scholarships and they just have maybe 2 persons or 3, or if there's a lot of scholarships, then maybe 100 people to give a scholarship to, and a lot of persons are applying. So you need to really stand out to win the scholarship. The first reason is lack of specificity, not being specific enough, especially in your letter of motivation or your essays. I have been in a position to review a lot of letter of motivation and essays, and I find out that a lot of scholars or intended scholars are not specific in whatever they are trying to achieve or their goals of applying to a scholarship. Most scholarships want to give the opportunity to people who are specific in whatever they are trying to achieve, and people who also have a specific future goal. For example, a student who is applying to study a master's in economics will say that he wants to improve the economy of his country. So that is very ambiguous and it is not specific enough. A more specific goal would have been to improve the diversification of the economy. For example, in the case of Nigeria, which is largely dependent on crude oil, the economy is largely dependent on crude oil. So you can say that you want to improve the diversification of the economy by looking at how rubber can be produced in mass and made available for exportation. In this case, you don't just stop there. You have to briefly outline what you have to do, the research you have to carry out, and whatever you need to do, just make it more specific. And you also throw a little light on what you expect to be the outcome of your research and how it is going to improve the economy of Nigeria. In this case, you are being more specific, and to make it even more interesting, you have to tie this to your future goal. So you want to talk about what you are going to do after the master's program or whatever you're applying to. This has to be linked with improving the economy in terms of production of rubber, like in this example. In doing this, you'll be able to stand out to the reviewer of your essay. Like, you know, when a lot of individuals are eligible for a scholarship, the letter of motivation is one of the way the reviewers can make their choice of who is going to win the scholarship or who is not going to win the scholarship. So you can't afford to not be specific in your letter of motivation or your essay, depending on the type of scholarship you are applying to. It doesn't matter if you apply to 100 scholarships and all your letter of motivation are not specific, you're not hitting the nail on the head, you are definitely not going to win any scholarship. You have to try as much as possible to be as specific as possible. Reason number 2. So let's talk about the second reason, lack of proper research. So a lot of persons do not carry out adequate research before they apply to a scholarship. So most of the time I do some research and I put out the videos about a scholarship. That is not enough for you to apply to that scholarship. You have to go to the link, search for the scholarship, and take a look at the web page, take a look at the course page, take a look at the professors, In fact, you have to do a lot of research. This will help you to improve your specificity, like I mentioned in the first point. By doing your research on the course page, you'll be able to know who the course is meant for. In this case, you are able to know the value that this course is going to offer. And when you look at the specific courses you are going to take, you have to tie that to your letter of motivation. For example, you want to say that when I take a particular course in this program, it is going to help me to achieve these keys, and this will help me to achieve this goal. So that is being very, very specific. So when you mention individual courses within the program, even in your letter of motivation, and tell how this course is going to benefit you, you are being very specific. So this will only be possible if you do proper research before you apply to the scholarship. And also you want to mention names of professors or teachers and mention how they are going to benefit you or how you are going to benefit from these individuals. By doing this, you are mentioning names in the university which the reviewer already know of, and this will bring a form of familiarity, and this can definitely help you to get selected to win a scholarship. The need of research cannot be overemphasized. You definitely need to do a lot of research if you actually want to win a scholarship. I won the DAD EPS scholarship back in 2020, and I got the link and I did a lot of research, a whole lot of research. I also did a lot of email communication with one of the contact person, and I think this actually helped us to create a form of familiarity and bond that eventually helped me to win this scholarship. So it is very important for you to do your research, get contact information from the website, and do some kind of communication with the contact person. So guys, if you've gotten any value so far, why not hit the like button if you haven't? It goes a long way to help us improve and also gives us the motivation to give you more valuable content. So hit the like button and let's go into the third reason why you might not win that scholarship. And this is low value letter of recommendation or reference letter from your referee. So this is a little bit out of your control, but there are some things you can also do to make sure that your referee is writing the best letter of recommendation that will help you win the scholarship. So let's talk about this. This is one of the most difficult part because most of the time you do not have control over what the referee is going to write. So how do you handle this? You should note that if the referee has written something very generic, then you have a low chance to win the scholarship. But if the referee is writing something that catches the attention of the reviewer, trust me, you are definitely going to be selected for that scholarship. Now, what is generic? So most professors do not have time. So when you tell them you need a letter of recommendation, they just go back into their computer, and sometimes they might just take out one of the previous letter of recommendation they have written, just put your name and send it back to you or to the university. So this can be very generic, and in those cases they might write something like he's a good boy, he has good academic achievements and stuff like that. But trust me, a lot of referees are writing the same thing, and that does not help you to stand out. But if your referee is able to give an example of things you have achieved and give an example of what you did back when you were in school and how you were able to solve a problem, specific examples of specific tasks you did and how you were able to overcome some challenges, using a story or an example, this you'll be able to stand out. And it gets even better if you have done some research from the web page of the course or the program, and you send this information to the referee, and the referee or recommender is able to craft out the story to fit what the course or the scholarship is looking for. For example, if the scholarship needs someone who has good leadership quality, and then your recommender is able to tell a story of how you demonstrated this leadership quality while you were in school and how you were able to achieve A, B, and C, and he ties this to what the scholarship needs, trust me, you will be able to stand out and get selected for that scholarship. So you must take this very serious. If you really want to win a scholarship and you have a particular scholarship that you are targeting, do your research, bring out these points that must be in your letter of motivation as well as your reference letter. Tell your supervisor we should do his or her best to make sure these points are included in the recommendation letter. So you must be able to build a rapport with whoever is going to write your letter of recommendation or reference letter. And I believe doing this would go a long way to help you to win a scholarship. If not scholarship A, then you might just win scholarship B. So guys, I hope you've gotten value from this video, and just make sure to check out upnextnigeria.com. That is my scholarship website. There are a lot of scholarships for you every single day. So check it out, apply to these scholarships, and make sure you apply what you have learned from this video. Try to be more specific, try to do your research, and make sure your recommendation letter is top notch. Doing this will definitely help you a great deal to win a scholarship. Till we meet again, I want to say compliments of the season, and remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.